draft night is supposed to be about the future. Young players, potential, and teams trying to build something great. But every once in a while, draft night turns into something much bigger than just picks. Instead of just selecting players, teams start making major moves, and sometimes those moves completely change the direction of entire franchises. Some trades don't look that big at the time, but years later, they end up being some of the most important decisions in NBA history. Here are 5 of the craziest NBA draft night trades ever. It's impossible to start this list without talking about Kobe Bryant. Kobe was selected 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets, but he never actually played for them. On draft night, he was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Vlade Divac. At the time, this move didn't seem that crazy. Kobe was coming straight out of high school, which made him a risky prospect. A lot of teams weren't sure how his game would translate to the NBA. Meanwhile, Divac was already an experienced player who could help right away. But over time, this trade became one of the most one-sided deals in NBA history. Kobe developed into a superstar, winning 5 championships and becoming one of the greatest players ever. Looking back, this move completely changed the future of the Lakers. Another draft night trade that didn't seem huge at first involved Dirk Nowitzki. He was drafted 9th overall by the Milwaukee Bucks, but was quickly traded to the Dallas Mavericks in a deal that included Robert Traylor. At the time, Dirk was an international prospect that many people didn't know much about. There were questions about how his skill set would translate to the NBA. Because of that, the trade didn't get a lot of attention right away. But as the years went on, Dirk became one of the most unique players the league has ever seen. He won an MVP award and led the Mavericks to a championship in 2011. That trade didn't just help Dallas in the short term, it completely shaped the history of their franchise. One of the most debated draft night trades in recent years involves Luka Doncic and Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks originally selected Luka with the 3rd overall pick, but then traded him to the Dallas Mavericks for Trae Young and a future first-round pick. This trade is interesting because both players turned into stars. Trae Young became one of the best offensive guards in the league, known for his scoring and playmaking. He's been able to lead his team deep into the playoffs and consistently put up big numbers. But Luka quickly became something even bigger. He developed into an MVP-level player and one of the faces of the league. Another historic draft night move involved Scottie Pippen. He was originally selected by the Seattle Supersonics, but was traded to the Chicago Bulls shortly after. At the time, this didn't seem like a massive move, but it ended up being one of the most important trades in NBA history. Pippen developed into one of the best two-way players in the league and became a key part of the Bulls' success. Alongside Michael Jordan, he helped build one of the greatest dynasties the league has ever seen. Without this trade, the Bulls' dominance in the 1990s might have looked completely different. Finally, one of the most impactful draft night trades involved Kawhi Leonard. He was selected 15th overall by the Indiana Pacers, but was traded to the San Antonio Spurs for George Hill. At the time, George Hill was a solid and reliable player, so the trade made sense from a short-term perspective. But what the Spurs saw in Kawhi ended up changing everything. Over time, Kawhi developed into one of the best two-way players in the league. He became a Finals MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, and one of the most important players in the league during his prime. This trade helped extend the Spurs' success and added another championship to their legacy. Draft night is full of uncertainty. Teams are making decisions based on potential, projections, and long-term plans. Sometimes those decisions work out exactly as expected, but other times they turn into something much bigger. These trades are proof that one decision on draft night can completely change the future of a franchise. And years later, those same decisions can end up shaping the history of the entire league.